Welcome to Nova. I'm Steve. In this video, I'm going to run you through the features of Nova, and I want to convey how Nova can be a valuable asset in your business technology stack. I'm going to do that very informally for now by actually just using the application and building a project and adding tool sessions. So to start with, Nova has plenty of built-in tools. You can search them here on the front page by tool name, and some of them you might recognize, some of them you may not. You can also search by intention, such as to generate new ideas and concepts. We have these tools that you can use. They are brainstorming tools. Later on in the video, I'll also show you how you can customize these to fit your own business processes and add your own new tools, of course. So let's, for now, just log in. And we'll start by creating a new project. So this will take you to your projects page where you can add a new project. The goal of Nova is to allow you to manage your design, ideation, and innovation cycles in a visual collaborative environment. So this is actually the project board where you can place tool sessions on the board and see them at a glance and control your entire process. So more importantly, the goal of Nova is to template and track entire business processes that were previously untrackable and difficult to template. So anybody who manages an ideation process knows that Google Drive folders and even modern whiteboarding solutions still amount to a lot of friction, and it's very difficult to understand when you're making progress and when your team is making progress. So it's important to understand that Nova is more than just a collaborative whiteboard. Nova can be used to map out your innovation process, collaborate using proven business innovation and design thinking tools, and you can process all the information from the output of those tools all in one place. Nova allows you to change and iterate on your processes as you go as well. So now that we're inside a project, we can add and schedule sessions. So let's add our first session to the project. So let's start with maybe the business model board. We'll just call it model board for now and schedule it to be due in about a week from now. So let's just remove this. So you can also filter by when things are due, just for project management purposes. Let's add another session to the board, just something that we might want to do after the business model board as an example. So let's say maybe we might want to do a session of extremes and mainstreams. Let's just say it's due the week after that. So, and just for now, we'll link these two together. So I'll explain what that actually does later on. But for now, we have two sessions that are scheduled. First, the business model board. Second, the extremes and mainstream session. So we can add notes to this project board as well. Whatever we like, we can draw links between sessions. We can manage our project from this board. But inside the sessions are actually where you collaborate with external guests, and you can also collaborate with team members which are part of your internal team and are helping you manage the project board. There are various steps to going through a session. So in this particular session, it is an instance of a tool, and you would invite team members and guests, external collaborators such as clients, to come into the session and collaborate with you on each of the steps that are inside the session. So for this particular tool, there are a series of steps that you would carry out, such as prompts to enter your value proposition, key activities, key partners, and so on and so forth. In this tool, it mostly consists of collaborating and adding notes to each of these prompts, each of these steps, but there's also the business model board, which we can collaborate on. So each session can have one or more boards within it, which you can use to collaborate with your team or external stakeholders, and you can define these however you like, of course, our templates come with a bunch of tools that are useful out of the box, but you can customize these however you like. And when you are moving data from one session to the next, you can actually add to the session output of a session. So say, for example, the output of this session is some sort of business outcome that you have realized during the course of working through this session. So you would save the notes inside of this session for that session output, and when you go back to the test project and go into your next session, you'll see that the data has been passed along, and you'll be able to pass data through sessions and share it easily to all of the boards of all of the sessions in order to control your process. Now, inside the boards, there are also features such as background templates, which allow you to, such as this in this extremes and mainstreams tool, which allows you to carry out a certain innovation tool. But there are also decks, for example. There are many built-in Nova decks that you can use, such as let's take a look at the health card deck. So we'd select this deck, and we'd be able to collaborate by moving the cards from this deck onto the screen and allowing team members to, for example, ideate on these concepts. There are also stickers and more templates. There's also things like timer notes, which you can use to time sessions, and media placeholders, add videos and images. Just standard board things that you would use to collaborate within any design thinking session. Let's go back to our project. So now that we have this project template, it only consists of 2 sessions, but we can build up this template to include many different sessions, and then we'd also be able to template it out, so then we could duplicate it. So we already have a bunch of project templates out of the box. So let's add product design with design thinking, just as an example. So this is a tool that has already been templated out by us. Of course, you can customize it and re-template it however you like. And it comes with a number of built-in sessions that you can proceed through in order to reach some sort of business goal. And then, of course, you can modify your process, and you can use it again, an improved version every time. One last thing I'd like to share with you right now is the tool finder. So you already saw these the searchability, and you can also browse tools by innovation phase. So there are 6 innovation phases as we've divided them up, and they start with market research, then generating ideas, then evaluation, project planning, team building, and developing existing products. So you can browse all of the tools that we currently have inside of these categories. For example, we can go into evaluation and see, what risk analysis tools are available right now. We can also go into the tool library, and which allows us to create new tools. So as I mentioned, you can actually duplicate existing tools and modify them. So you can customize any tool that's in the Novatools library, and of course you can create your own new tools from scratch. So let's go to the business model board, for example, the one that we already saw in an instantiation of a session. So let's duplicate it. And then we can go and edit that tool. So this is the tool builder interface, and you can see all the steps of the tools. You can drag them around into a new order if you like. You can edit all the content of each of the steps. You can also edit the board itself. So there was you can have multiple boards in every tool. You can just add as many boards as you like to a tool. So one tool could contain potentially 5 to 10 boards, and then you can edit the actual template of the tool. So this is the business model board as was designed by Nova, but you could redesign it in any way that you want, and then allow your team to template it and recreate new versions of that tool inside of Nova. So this allows you to modify your processes and build new features essentially into your project workflow. There's also the deck builder. So as you saw, we were adding decks to a page. You can create your own decks. That's it for now. You can sign up for your free account at Nova just by clicking join us for free on the front page and either signing up through Google or with your email address.